And in this video, we will be talking about the three things that will either make you rich or either will make you poor. So, before we go into this, let me tell you, these are the same principle that are given by my mentor. So, just go with that because this is going to change your life forever. So, first mindset, that is, there is believe in yourself. What happens whenever a person starts their journey in a particular business? The first most important thing is your belief in yourself, how much you believe yourself, right? So if you talk about the poor people, right, so you may have gone through that book Rich Dad Poor Dad, right? So what happens, there was his father, right, father of Robert Kiyosaki, and he always talked about, I cannot afford it, this is not for us, that he always tried to defame the rich people, right? And because his father was jealous of the rich people, and his father was like always used to say that I cannot afford it, that's why he was not able to have wealth in his life, right? So when you talk about the poor people, they always say I cannot make it happen, this is not for me, I cannot afford it, or this is only for those people who do crook things and that, all right? So these are all dead end questions. So whenever you ask dead end question, what happens? Your mind that is active at that time, you are sending a message to your brain that creating wealth is not at all important for you. And when you send a particular message to your brain starts working in that manner. And then your brain will work in each and every extent of it in order to keep you poor. Right? So your brain is working in that manner. Whatever message you will send to your brain will obey that message, right? So it's like a genie. Whatever you say to a jinn, they will like give it to you. So if you are saying that you cannot afford it, so you will not be able to afford it for your whole life, right? While if you talk about the rich people, the mindset of the rich people is always they ask dreamlike question, like what can I do to make it happen? Like in the Rich Dad Poor Dad also, you may have seen like the difference between the Robert Kiyosaki's real father and his rich dad. His rich dad was just 8th class pass, but he was able to ask right questions, and his brain used to work in that manner. So his rich dad always asked that question: "What can I do to make it happen?" Right. So when you ask questions like this in that manner, you are sending a message to your brain that creating wealth is really important to you, and in that manner your brain keeps on working until it finds a way to create wealth, right? So it will completely transform you as a person. So the first step of transformation is believing in yourself, right? Let's talk about the second thing. Before that, let me tell you, people who fail, they focus on what they had to go through in order to become successful, right? And the people who succeed, they are always focused towards the goal, right? And they always think what it will feel like when they will achieve that particular goal, right? So if you talk about me, because I have been through that personal experience myself, because at this was the date like 20th May 2019. This is one golden day in my life when I was selected for IIT Bombay, and I had to give the interview. That was like my dream thing. And on the same day, I found myself in Fortis Mohali because I was suffering from tuberculosis, and that is a chronic disease. So I was at a stage because it was in my abdominal region. So I had to choose life or I had to choose this IIT Bombay interview. So I chose life over that IIT Bombay interview. And after that, what happened? I was in 2 lakh rupees debt. I lost my job because I was in hospital for 2 months. So I was in debt. And apart from that, I went through a heartbreak during that time because people thought like there is nothing for me. And at that time, I believed in myself. So this is the first and foremost thing, right? First, you need to accept the situation as it is, and then you need to believe in yourself, right? So these are the two steps of it. So this was one turning point in my life. So just I have given the example, there are a lot of people who are struggling and they have faced much more than that of me. I have not faced that much struggle, right? So mindset number two, spending habits. This is also a major thing, right? What happens if you talk about the poor people, like I was earlier, uh, I'm not rich right now also, but I'm earning like 3 to 4 lakhs. That is able to, I'm able to survive with that, right? So my earlier self was like, I used to spend money to watch movies and Netflix, and like I was more fascinated with materialistic stuff like iPhones, right? So I used to invest more money in materialistic things while I was not willing to invest in my education that is able to create wealth for me, right? So what happens with the poor people? They are able to invest in each and everything that will ultimately cost them an expense. So they are not building an asset. Your mind is an asset, right? So you need to build an asset. So your brain is an asset. So if you invest in your brain will give you the best returns possible in your life. And this is a statement that is given by Warren Buffett. Like, the best investment that you can ever do is investment in your learning, while people don't take it seriously. So if you want to give the best investment, then you need to invest in your learning, because that is going to help you for your whole life. So I used to be like this person, and I when you are a person like that and you are not putting any effort to become successful, then what happens? You are jealous of the other people who are successful, and when you are jealous of them, then what you will do? I used to blame successful people and felt jealous of them. And when we feel jealous of the people who are better than us, then definitely we will try to avoid the things that they are doing, right? And now my new version was completely different, right? So I invested $7,000. That used to be a that I never thought I would invest so much in my education. And I developed myself as a completely new person who can invest in his learning and who can take his business seriously. Because when you are investing in yourself and in your education, then only you are taking things seriously. And this is one advice that is given by each and every successful person on the planet, that you need to invest in your education, right? So you need to invest money in your education in order to make money. This is the ultimate truth. And so I started working on my business, and I spent most of the time learning from the people who are actually successful and are millionaires, right? So learned from them, and these all things helped me a lot. Like, so if you talk about the mindset of poor people, they spend money on their body buying expensive materialistic things. While if you talk about the rich people, they spend money on developing their mind to become a wealthy person altogether, right? So if you talk about these poor people, they are not willing to change themselves. They resist changes, right? And they when they resist changes and they are not successful, then they try to put that blame thing or the fault on others, right? So they end up giving up very soon, and whenever they experience pain, they are trying to blame others, right? So they never make money in their life because they are not investing in their education. And they are not, if you talk about the rich people, they do everything. They even change themselves completely to become a new person, because they know that the older self they was, that is not able to make them money. So they completely change as a person, because your older self will not help you to make money. Because the people who invest in the things that are liabilities, that are poor people. So poor people always invest in liabilities. So whatever you have that is not making money, that is a liability, right? So reality is that people who fail don't invest in developing their mind, as it seems a lot more difficult to them in order to work, and they are actually dabblers, right? So if you talk about the rich people succeed because they are focused on their goal, and they are so much focused on their goal that they are ready to go all in. They are all in the business, and they go to each and every extent in order to make it successful, right? So the third thing is the action taker, right? So if you talk about the mindset of poor people, they will never take any action, because whenever you talk about something, right, to take an action, they will ultimately find a way in order to, they will go in the process of overthinking, and they will find all possible ways to make this thing a failure, right? So they will have 99 different excuses why this thing will not work, right? Whenever you will talk about that, they will always talk about that why it will not work. They And that's why they will procrastinate, they will blame others, and they will talk about the past experiences that their friend may had, or any experiences that they had in the past. And then they will always, if you offer them an opportunity, they will call it as a scam, right? And if you talk about the rich people, these people are consistent action takers until they make their dream a reality, right? So they keep on taking small steps and take consistent action in order to make it a reality. While if you talk about the poor people, they are so much they are repelling the pain, right? That it does not brings about the transformation in them, right? So in order to avoid pain of moving out of their comfort zone, they are blaming others and compare everything, each and everything, with a story that happened in the past with one of their friends, whom they don't even experience those things by themselves, right? And if you talk about the rich people, they are willing to try again and again, again and again. They keep on improving themselves, they learn new things, and they focus on improving themselves, because when they are failing, then they are learning new things, right? And they understand that failures are just the best things in order to learn to become a successful person. So this is the third thing that is important. So this is one of the quotes that is that is most heart touching to me. People will throw stones at you, don't throw them back, collect them and build an empire, right? So the reality is, they know that it is difficult, and they had to go through failures in order to learn. So they never fail, and they never learn anything new. And they keep on bragging about all the things they already know. And that is not even helping them to make money at all. So if you talk about the successful people, they go through a lot of failures along the way, and they keep on learning new things. And that is how they learn new things, and they keep on growing themselves as entrepreneurs, right? So these are the three things that is really important. So let me talk about three foundational principles of business. So the first foundational principle of business is, you need to build systems in order to leverage your time and scale your business, because system work and people fail. These systems are really important, because this is able to help you save time, and you can use this time, or you can invest this time in order to focus on things that are really important for you. You can improve your entire system to improve the customer experience, your prospect experience, right? If you are able to improve your prospect experience, you need time for that. And if you are not getting enough time in order to improve your prospect experience, then because there is a loophole in your system, right? So build systems in order to leverage your time. Secondly, the second principle is, in order to create wealth, you need to change yourself completely into a person who can really create wealth, because this is a journey of change. You need to change yourself completely, because change is one thing that is constant, and if you are not changing, then you will not make money in the business, right? And the third thing is, don't be cheap on your journey to greatness, right? Because you need to take financial risk in order to ensure success in life. Because according to the definition of entrepreneurship itself, entrepreneurs are the people on earth who take financial risk in in an expectation of having a profit in the business, right? So if you are a true entrepreneur, then you need to take financial risk, you need to take decisions, and if you are not good at that, then you are not a good entrepreneur, right? So these are the things. I hope these things will help you. Now, one thing that you can do, if you like this video, you can go in the link in the description box, and from that link you can go and attend a free training that I had done in order to help you to become successful in the network marketing game. Apart from that, apart from this, I'm also going to help you completely. If you want more free stuff and free resources, you can join the group of people who are also working in the similar manner, and they are also digital networkers. So you can join the group where you can get access to my all free resources, and there I'm sharing my free trainings and each and everything that is really important in order to help you to become successful, right? So both the links are in the description box. You can go with the link and you can join the group. That is a free group that you are going to get free information and free everything there. And apart from that, if you want a free training and you want to know much about my offers and how I'm able to help you in building your network marketing business completely on automation, just putting 4 hours in that, then you can just go in the description box and you can attend the free training. So I'll meet you in the next video. Till then, take care, bye bye, and God bless.